Touch the leg and welcome to Tibet This Week, a weekly news on Tibet, His Holiness the Dalai Lama and the Central Tibetan Administration. Let's look at today's headlines. His Holiness the Dalai Lama begins teaching in Bodh, Gaya. Sikyong Tsering embarks on official visitation program. Melbourne-based Chinese Association calls on Office of Tibet, Canberra. Tibet House Japan organizes a Tibet workshop for the Tibetan university students. On Thursday this week, His Holiness the Dalai Lama started a 3-day teaching at the Kalachakra teaching ground in Bodh, Gaya. His Holiness is teaching Nagarjuna's commentary on Bodhicitta, Changchup Semtel on the first 2 days, followed by conferment of blessing of 21 Tara on the third day.
En tarikese tezula zamule dikala mangru ki nyanga to chungru shimbarede ya nayam ki tunge sabashir leyungudwa chazan marazo yaga sanbe any jana chene kanda any nayam ki taya nezu sabashir lededu mazo samollo kita 먼저 전에 그 눈부 쓰시기 전에 다 지금 나양 디즈베기 파 아니 인처버지 상면 투문한 거를 챈디 아다 나양디 거로 응암자 사고도가 다 자나나는 사샤네 아다 나양디기 거로지도 고 자라로 시기 아니 자래 나얌디 선행 가셔를 보게다 용대기 하리 다 말은 사물로 미치고리 그다 제가 너시 애네 등에 되게 나네 용대보다 되게 말은 사물로 나간다 저 지구 인대버시기 뒤인데 아주 사물로 다 들이대 뒤다대 아니 그러면 송하다 먼저 사제 아니 나염대바 아니 진짜야지 아니 상에 두면 나셔.
Earlier this week, His Holiness the Dalai Lama presided over inauguration of Pali and Sanskrit International Bhikkhu Exchange Program, where His Holiness reiterated his message of love and respect among different religious traditions. The Pali and Sanskrit International Bhikkhu Exchange Program was organized in order to strengthen the relationships between followers of the Pali and Sanskrit traditions, allowing them to learn about each other. The Speaker of the Tibetan Parliament in exile, Khenpo Sonam Tempel, and Sikyong Tsering of the Central Tibetan Administration are on an official visit to Bodh, Gaya, where both of them are attending the teachings of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Sikyong is scheduled to meet dignitaries, students, and visit culture centers in Delhi upon his return from Bodh, Gaya. On Friday last week, a 9-member delegation comprising members from the Melbourne-based Chinese Tibetan Civil Exchange Promotion Association, Chinese Democracy Movement, Chinese New Youth for Democracy, paid a courtesy call on the Office of Tibet, Canberra, along with the Professor Fong Tong Yi, the president of the Australian and New Zealand Alliance of Victims of Chinese Communist Regime. After welcoming the delegation, Representative Kamasinghe briefed them on the workings of his office and further explained to the delegates that one of his primary responsibilities as representative of His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Central Tibetan Administration is to strengthen friendship and solidarity between the Tibetan and Chinese communities and establish a better understanding among the Chinese people about the issue of Tibet and His Holiness the Dalai Lama's visions. He also expressed his gratitude for their support and solidarity for the just cause of Tibet. The delegation comprises Professor Fang Tang Yi, President of the Alliance of Victims of Chinese Communist Regime of Australia and New Zealand, Yu Shixin, Executive Director of the Chinese Civil Exchange Promotion Association, Gao Jian from Melbourne Chinese Democracy Movement, K. Yin from the New Youth for Democracy, and other members of the respective associations. Prior to that day, Representative Kamasinghe attended the 11th Chinese Tibetan Civil Exchange Promotion Award ceremony organized by the Chinese Tibetan Civil Exchange Promotion Association. From 2013 onward, the Chinese Tibetan Civil Exchange Promotion Association has been presenting awards to individuals and organizations that have made outstanding achievements in promoting better relationships between the Tibetan and Chinese communities. Tibet House Japan organized a workshop on Tibet for Tibetan students studying and working in Japan at the Tibet House. The workshop's purpose was to have the young Tibetan students in Japan maintain and stay in close touch with their identity and struggle and be aware of the common cause. Representative Dr. Arya Tsawangirbo welcomed the participants and spoke on the hope and aspirations of the Tibetans in Tibet and reminded the students of the great responsibility they all have in restoring freedom and justice in Tibet. He talked about the importance of democracy and how it evolved under the blessing of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. The workshop was based on Dr. Arya's book, Harnessing the Dragon's Fume, published by Department of Information and International Relations, Central Tibetan Administration. That's all for this week. See you in the next episode and wish you all a Happy New Year.